When you don't understand who you are, you can easily make the wrong career choice. And then when you don't have the right level of exposure, it's going to make it more likely you don't understand who you are. There's showing up, getting something of value out of what you do in a way that fulfills you. But then there's getting that paycheck and it makes you mad than a motherfucker, boy, mad than a motherfucker. You be like, what in the world? So I understand it. Teachers are wildly underpaid. People who work with children are just wildly underpaid in general. And it takes, and people who work with the elderly. Let me shout them out. A lot of respect for those who work with the elderly. Those who work for the less fortunate, people of service, so underpaid. But yet, those are the real professionals, in my opinion. People who do things of service. We live in a capitalist society, so service has a twist. That's not to say there are people out there who sacrifice the funds for the fulfillment. I did that very much early on, but I have to admit it was for the wrong reasons. And here's why. It's one thing to pursue something because you're deeply passionate about it. It's another to not pursue something. Step back time. I need a sip. It's one thing to pursue. Nah. When it comes to making a living, did you pursue too much recreational? Left me. It'll probably come back. But to pursue your professional dreams, I wish I knew exactly what I was saying. Either way, let me get back to this point. When you don't understand who you are, you can easily make the wrong career choice. And then when you don't have the right level of exposure, it's going to make it more likely you don't understand who you are. And so for me, not only did it take a longer path to understand and get exposed, I did that intentionally because I prioritized other things along the way. Part of that was due to my circumstances. With me prioritizing personal and tailoring a professional life around how I build my life with my partner, this is where I say I'm a unicorn in that if I'm building with my partner, I don't feel a need like most people who would have met my wife at that time. She had a fellowship that required her for being in the foreign service for 3 years. And if she would have left, she would have to pay back the money. So she was going to stay there for 3 years. Be clear. So upon meeting her, she hadn't even started. She was finishing up grad school. That meant upon meeting her, I knew she was going to be in this worldwide organization for 3 years. That's not the most ideal pursuit of a career, somewhere where you don't have a lot of control. And so building the idea of accepting that reality was something that was probably the most difficult because I had literally no clue what I was going to end up doing along the way. And so I just want to share little decisions that had major impacts along the way professionally at that point because I had no clue what I was going to do. I had, at that point, was working in the nonprofit realm, started working at the School of Science and Math, North Carolina School of Science and Math. Shout out to the unis. Hey man, some gifted minds that I had an opportunity to meet while working there, which was a boarding school in North Carolina. And when we talk about exposure, this idea of exposure, I live in Durham, born and raised. I don't know how old I was until I knew that thing on 9th Street over there off Broad and Club Boulevard was arguably the best high school in the state, if not one of the best in the whole country. right there in the whole backyard. No clue.
No.
And so when I ended up working there due to a friend, in large part, definitely hooked me up with that opportunity to get interviewed and get that. So exposure. When I was in high school, where those students were at that point in life, I didn't even know it existed, but yet there they were. I don't think, as an example, you can end up at a high school like that without having a very strong something getting you there along the way. You just don't fall into those types of opportunities. We'll have to talk about that in more detail later. I was there. I had a great time. All the young men who were on that hall, I mean, an exceptional bunch. I ended up getting an opportunity to move on the border, Nuevo Laredo, Texas, literally, where I'm crossing the border every day back and forth to go to work. I go from not ever leaving the country to being in Nuevo Laredo, Texas, crossing the border back and forth every single day to go to work. Why? All because of her. I just took what came with her. I'm telling you, expectations kill a lot of your experiences. When you prioritize what you want and don't put constraints in the form of expectations around how that's going to look, but do you have the thing you want? It's different. And when you don't know who you are, and then you say you want something, and then you get it, but you weren't ready for what you asked for because you didn't know who you were, even though you knew that's what you wanted. It's about, like I said at the beginning, do you know who you are versus who you want to be? Do y'all watch Married at First Sight? If you do, go ahead and drop that in the comments, man. Definitely a popular show, something that me and wifey watch. And you see it all the time on that show as an example. People sign up claiming they want this type of partner, and then they get that type of partner. What happens? I'll wait. They find out it's a little bit different when you get what you asked for.